Good morning, players. So we have an update and a conclusion to the story that I brought you guys back in 2021. As previously reported, back in 2021, Gloria Williams' son, Kendrick Lee's remains was found in her apartment after his siblings called the police and said they had been living with his remains for nearly a year. Well, yesterday, she was sentenced to 50 years in the clink. Let's talk about it. So again, as previously reported back in October of 2021, authorities in Texas received a very disturbing 911 call from a 15-year-old claiming that his younger sibling had been dead inside of an apartment that he and his other sibling were living in for nearly a year. He also told 911 dispatchers that his mother, Gloria Williams, and her boyfriend had not lived in the apartment with them for several months. They had just picked up and moved and came back periodically to bring them food. When the authorities arrived at the apartment, it was in deplorable conditions. The unit reportedly had no furniture or bedding, soiled carpet, roaches, and fly infestations. There was also no food in the apartment. They also found Gloria Williams' 8-year-old son deceased, wrapped in the blanket. Apparently, he had not been seen alive since Thanksgiving of 2020. Remember, he was discovered in October of 2021. So his body had been decomposing in the apartment with his two siblings that entire time. The children told authorities who was responsible for this was Gloria Williams' boyfriend, Brian Coulter. They said that Brian had kicked and punched the 8-year-old until he stopped moving and had black eyes. When he was no longer moving, Brian Coulter covered the body with a blanket. So authorities were able to locate Gloria Williams and Brian Coulter at another location. They were living somewhere else. Brian Coulter was not the father of the children. Now, earlier this year, Brian Coulter was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Gloria Williams pled guilty to 2 counts of injury to a child, where she was sentenced yesterday to 50 years in prison. Gloria Williams literally abandoned her children, subjected them to trauma, beatings, and then ultimately the death of one of her children for a tackhead. There are literally videos still on the internet of this guy showing the food that Gloria would cook for him, like steaks and big pots of spaghetti and pasta and things like that, while her children were literally in an apartment starving to death, and one of them was already deceased. And to add more insult to this, she bought this food for this fool with the children's money. She was receiving $2,000 a month for 3 of her kids who were disabled. And again, she continued to receive that money after Brian murdered her child and left him to decompose in an apartment with his other siblings. Now, Gloria Williams did relinquish her parental rights of the 3 remaining children. The 2 younger siblings have since been adopted, while the eldest is with a foster family. A lot of you on Facebook probably found me through my reporting on Gloria Williams. I actually reported quite extensively several live streams in regards to this. In my opinion, not only did Gloria Williams fail her children and deserves exactly what she's getting and more, CPS definitely failed these children. CPS was called several times. There were 9 investigations launched in to Gloria Williams and the treatment of the children. However, they were never removed. I'm hoping that these babies receive all the love and support that they need, physically, mentally, and emotionally. This was a devastating story, and it didn't have to happen. And you look at this person that she did this for. It's disgusting. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. Players, put your thoughts in the comments. This is Double D Mobile for the Black Here.